Well, hi, good morning. Thanks so much for joining me in my shop here on, it's April 29th. A gray and rainy day here, and that's why I'm in the shop. So I have another radio I don't know really anything about. Again, this radio has been acquired by a second time around store that will eventually sell it. They travel around now and then to flea markets and stuff like that, picking up things for the store, and they pick up radios like this. And then they hand them all to me, and they say to me, okay, what's going on with this radio? Is it worth anything? Does it work? Can you fix it? That kind of stuff. So this definitely isn't about making a radio perfect again. This is just about getting it operating and so they can sell it in their store. It's all small money stuff. Very, very tiny money stuff. I mean, a radio like this is not worth very much. But this particular one, this is not a tube radio. This is a transistor radio. It says Philco Ford on it, which is a little bit interesting. All transistor written down here, so that was a selling point. So this was on the market at a time where there were tube radios still being sold. So I'm going to guess, as a guess, this is the very late 60s, the very early 70s, but I'm not sure. Take a look here. Wow, there's a handwritten note on it. No sound control. No sound control. What does that mean? No sound control. No volume control? Philco Ford Corporation of Canada Limited, Don Mills. That's a city right near Toronto. 15 watts. Model number. Oh my gosh, it's a mile long model number here. Maybe it's model and then serial number. Actually made in Taiwan. Hazardous energy inside. Ooh, is there? Do not remove back cover. This is a completely transistorized unit and contains no user serviceable parts. Refer all servicing to your authorized serviceman. This could be, this is made in Taiwan. 20, I don't know what that number is. Can't pick a date out of it. 1927? I don't think so. Well, there's a really good chance. No sound control. There's a really good chance this works, but has no sound control. What is that? What is sound control? And by the way, I'm still having difficulties hearing because of wax buildup in my ears. It has gotten out of control recently. So I'm battling that, and I'm losing the battle right now. So consequently, I don't have really very good hearing. I can certainly hear my own voice rattling away inside my head. Okay, a little practice session. Alarm, radio, off, on. Well, it's got its knobs. That's a very good thing. And this is the delay you can set for like 60 minutes or 30 minutes to play before it turns off. It's been used a fair bit because the letters here are rubbed out from somebody doing this. This is volume. Am I going to be fooled again? There's no on-off. Okay, there's a tuning. Ooh, that's pretty stiff, but it works. Maybe the pull on. Oh, for crying out loud. The on switch is over here, Chip. Wake up, wake up. Okay, volume down. It's AM only. Here we go. What do you do? Okay, what am I hearing here? Hearing the radio? No volume control. Can only turn it down that low. Interesting problem. So that's 590, the sports channel, talking about the Maple Leafs. You see it's dead on 590. Very good. So, cannot null out the volume. But that's not much of a problem. Is it really that much of a problem? Because you can still turn it off. Wait a minute. Uh-oh, here's something. Okay, so the off switch needs to be turned 5 or 6 times before it turns off. So either the knob is skipping over the control and behind, which I think is quite possible. Wow, this does not want to come off. So they've cut the plastic here in such a way that it limits the movement of this knob. And there's a little fin in there. When you get to here, the fin hits the plastic. Should be off. It's 6 yet. Okay, something going on there. Don't know what. So really, you can't turn it down, you can't turn it off. What's that? Oh, screw there. It's gone. They put a screw near the cord. There's a clip here. See, and this thing's held together with one screw. The knobs have to come off. Maybe not the clock. Just the radio knobs. Pull the radio out. The clock probably is held differently. Oh my gosh. Is this clock working? Well, the second hand's not turning. That probably means the clock is not working at all. Not much good with a clock that doesn't work. This radio's just not worth very much. I think I'm going to stop and drink some coffee and think about what to do here. Maybe I shouldn't do anything at all to this. I have to think about the possibility of somehow improving it. The radio's worth almost nothing. Okay, yeah. Worth having some coffee. Okay, I think the conclusion here is that this is pretty much worthless as it stands now. So why not take a shot at trying to make it work a little bit better anyway? One good reason is you can't get the knobs off it. Well, let's give it another try here. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's nothing unusual about them. I wonder why the volume control doesn't work on this radio. Maybe it's because of that. It's a metal knob. This is a plastic knob. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe the gripping kind of sunk into the plastic a little bit over the years and really grabbed on. Who knows? Okay, with that missing, and I think I can see the hint of an antenna on the back here. The back should probably stay screwed to the radio. The screw should probably stay in. I don't know for sure. There's only one screw on the bottom. What am I missing here? Well, not many choices on screws. just one on the bottom here. Okay. That's not going well. Okay, I'm going to declare this radio junk. Not worth the effort. The reality is, I don't know how to take it apart even. Let me get another radio. Okay, let's take a look at this one. That's got kind of a neat look to it. 6 transistors. Kathy with a C. I'm sure this is actually a picture of an antenna. What are they? Orange and black. There's 2 wires hanging out of the back of this at one time. Made in Japan. Well, we don't know what kind of batteries these are, but 4 of them in here. There's no power cord hanging out. I guess if you're going to change batteries, you got to access the inside easy, so they've done it this way. Oh, there's batteries in there. Oh my gosh, it's full of batteries. Okay, now there's a big note on the top here. Oh my gosh. Tuning mechanism is loose. Tuning mechanism inside is loose. Plastic washer rotted out. Check mark. Fixed washers. Hum, no stations. And this, what is this? What is that? Is that an antenna? Oh, look at that. Oh, read it. Huh. Kind of neat. It's kind of neat. Well, chances are these batteries are all dead. It looks like a tube just comes out. Oh, there's the orange and the black wire down here. Should be hanging out the back. Oh, it's a cap. Super heavy duty. Sunbeam. Doesn't seem to be in good shape. Not leaking. And one lone energizer all by himself. He must have been asking, what am I doing here? So when this meter acts up a lot, I think that's the voltage. I think this is like a brand new battery. It acts up a lot sometimes because the battery is so low. These are all like brand new batteries. It's got 4 very good batteries in it. The ends are the same. Rather than power it with these batteries though, I'd rather use a power supply. So the wire's connected here. And it's connected over here. Why didn't this work? What did it say again? Fixed washers, no hum. No hum, no stations. Hum. Well, a battery operated radio shouldn't hum. I'm humming. Okay, I'm going to put a little power on this with an external power supply and see what we get out of it. Okay, we use the little power supply here. It's set to 6 volts. Positive is positive. Positive would be this end. Off. So the dial's a little strange. What's happened there? He's put the dial on wrong. Yeah, that's the easiest alignment ever done. So that's not a hum. That's some kind of feedback in the radio. Something. Something's not right. Oh boy. Well, you know, this could be a monster to try to fix. Because. So I think it's another write-off. I think it is what it is. I'm going to put the batteries back in it. Kind of ask, how come it didn't work with these batteries? It must have. Did I not turn it on? Yeah. Yeah, this can be somebody else's project. I'm not going to attempt to repair this one either. That's too bad. I gotta find something I can do something about. Okay, we're just gonna close them back up. I gotta go pick another radio. Yeah, I should not pick transistorized radios. Okay, I'll go look in my garage and we'll pick the next radio. I like the color on that. Okay, how about this? Well, this looks cool. Nifico. I just did a Nifico. Nothing like this though. This arm is falling off here. Can I pull it out here too? No, it doesn't want to come out. Must be something broken off the end of it. So it'll fall out. So that's a bad actor because you'd be carrying this and have it come right off. It says up. This way, it says PU lock, pickup lock. So I guess the idea is you're carrying this thing around. You push this way, it locks the tone arm. Oh, power plug. There's the model number there. TPH27M, 9 volts. plus and minus, so you don't plug this in the wall. You got to plug it into a power supply, 9 volts. I can do it. What's this? This just doesn't look right. This little piece here. What's it doing out here? The volume control is here with the on-off switch. Switched off. Open up and look inside. Oh my, look at that. This is cool. I think this ranks as pretty cool. Got the speed here. Off, 33, 45, 78. It's dialed to off. That's quite important. Oh, that turns as easy as can be. Wow. So, with this in the off position, the mechanism is kind of, whoops, sorry about that. The mechanism is disengaged from the platter. You put it here, then see it's engaged now. Turns that way, but you can see the drag on it. You're going to leave one of these things sitting around, as they will sit around. Switches like this, the speed switches, if there's an off position, they got to be in it, or you ruin the record player in the long run. So the screw here, they look identical. Well, it says it. Where's the tone arm? How do you play it? There's no tone arm. Where does it even go? What's going on here? Where could the tone arm even go? In the lid? What's this? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You can't have a record player without a needle. This is probably where you stored the 45 fitting, and this looks oddly small. Like it looks like you could put a record on there and it would rattle back and forth. This doesn't look right either. So probably I don't know. I think there might be something missing here. But how can you play a record? This is not a record player? Phonograph, it's a record player. This is mysterious to me. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's this? A little finger thing here. What's this? This is the thing. Here it is. Okay, turn it off, lock. Hey! I had no idea that was coming up. There it is. Okay, does it have a... Oh, there's a needle there. Yeah, okay. I can't believe it. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Okay, I gotta find myself, maybe we'll try a 45 on here. Okay, got a 45 here. Spirit of Summer. Diodato? No idea what this is. That's side 2 anyway. That's the B side, the A side. Spratch. Is there a, yeah, 2001. Really? Huh. That's odd. I would have thought this would be a lot older. We'll put in the Defeater. Look at. There must be another piece that goes on top of that, and it's missing. It was probably, it could have been in here or on here. It's missing. This isn't a pop-up, is it? Some of these have a pop-up and center, but no, It's not the right size anyway. It's too big. Well, let's see what happens here. Oh, what was that? I thought I heard something. Well, you gotta put some power onto it, Jim. Oh, that's what my cat was saying. Power. It says 9 volts. I'm gonna dial up about 9 volts there. Okay. Luckily it gets positive and negative. Fantastic. Let's put the negative in. It's really, really helpful stuff. Volume control is here and the switch is off. Okay, we'll go on. Nothing happening. Okay. Mr. Transistorized Phonograph. Power on. Power's on. But we don't have the speed on. Speed 45. Speed 45. Record in the middle, sort of. Power on. A little bit disappointing. Nothing is heard at all. Of course, I'm not hearing much myself these days. Okay. Voltage not getting in there. It's hard to believe. This is showing voltage, but if I throw the switch, that's the current. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to disconnect the wire down here and see if the current drops. And no change on the meter up there. Certainly supports the idea this thing is taking no power. But why not? Surely to goodness, it's not there's no on-off with this or anything, I would think. On-off switch failing to work. Let's try it a few times. Ooh, this doesn't feel right. So what it feels like has happened here is somebody's pushing down on it with their thumb, right, to operate the... can I just lock this back? Yeah. I saw the little lock button flip over and automatically lock. They push down so hard on this that it's broken or distorted in some way. This could be why the switch isn't even coming on. And nothing happening at all. That's possibly what's happened. See, these electronic devices, they expose parts of themselves to us human beings, and then we break those parts. Poor transistor guy. Well, if we wanted to investigate this a little further, and I think it's worth doing because this is really kind of neat. It's quite clean inside. It's had a top on here. It seems mechanically to be in very good shape, so it seems. There's a good chance the only problem with this thing is the on-off button is stuck in the off position. Whether the cartridge is good and everything else, we don't know. But you could run this on a 9-volt battery. I bet you a 9-volt battery would make this go. Okay. Decision. Let's pop this out again. Yeah, screws hidden under here. 1, 2. There's 2 different screws here, but one of them matches the corner screws. The other one doesn't. We would leave the other one alone. And we snap this back in. Oh. I haven't really looked under here. So the hinge is just plastic. And you stick a bunch of batteries in here. Ooh. Oh. How many batteries are you putting in there? 1, 2, 3. 6 batteries go in there. What keeps them in from falling out? UM looks like 2. It says, yeah, UM2 by 3. UM2, what's a UM2? And okay by number 5. The number 5 inspector has looked at this, and he said it was okay. He put a sticker in there. Well, that's kind of neat. Of course it'd be battery operated. Because you're going to carry this over to your friend's place with a few records and have a party. Okay, we're going to take it apart, see what's happening. Okay, let's take this apart, see what's going on. Any screws hidden in there? No. 2 side screws, but these probably don't hold anything other than the clips. It really looks like just the screws that how did I get that? Oh, right. Unlock. Okay, we're going to lay this over here. Take these 2 out first. Magnasonic. For a minute there I thought it said Magasonic. No. Okay. Don't know about this having to come off. Ooh. That's interesting. Hole there. This is glued down on this side. Oh no, it's not. Glued right. It's probably snapped in there. No, it looks glued. Probably no reason to remove it. No. Okay. Just trying to avoid breaking things. Yeah, it's coming right out. Grip on it here. Attachment for the power here. Wires seem okay. Take this power thing off. Nuts on the other side. Some nuts. Nuts. Spring here operating the lever. Should come right off. There we go. Well, looks like it's intact. I don't see anything stupid. Here's this part here. With the on-off switch. On-off switch is attached to this green wire. The other side is this black wire. It comes over here to this. What's all this about? Okay, so when you pop the tone arm up, turn it. So when it's way over here, it opens this top switch. Probably breaks the power to the motor. What else does it break? Looks like this goes straight over to the motor. A couple of capacitors associated with the motor here. Motor's sealed up pretty good. Must be the output transformers and what would look like pretty unique cooling method used here. So you can swing this over, it will stop the record motor, you can change the record, and you let this come back, away she goes again. Now does it turn off everything? So exactly what's going on here, I mean this is going to be the amplifier here. What's going on here, I don't know why they have these components. Everything seems to be connected. I don't see any loose wires. This is not making contact. Sure looks like it is. Okay, we've got the power in here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's a switch in here. Yeah, there it is. So you have to plunge the power cord in here to operate the switch. That would cut off the batteries and turn on the power from here. So I'm just going to power it up from the battery pack. We'll try that. Okay, so my power supply is switched off right now. So the batteries go in the same way, positive. There should be this white wire. It's connecting the positive here to the negative there. So the far end obviously is here, and this blue wire is heading. Yeah. Okay. So put the negative here. We'll put the positive way over here. Now turn this over like this. So if I start whispering, it's because my own voice is blasting in my plugged ears. So I apologize if I start to whisper. It's only battery power, let's not worry too much. Just get it to sit a little more steady. There we are. Okay, so it was 6 batteries and 9 volts. We'll put 9 volts on it and we'll give it a run again. It's set to 45. Okay, 9 volts coming. 9 volts are there. Just make sure. Yep. Switch on. Ah! Now wait a minute. Could it be this thing here? just check the current on the power supply here. Nothing. How come? No difference on the current. And I'm sure no difference on the voltage. Turning it on and off. Nothing getting through. Nothing's getting through. Okay, we'll turn this upside down. You would think, yeah, maybe the amplifier doesn't work, but you think the motor would go around, wouldn't it? Okay, did we not make connection here? We still have this switched on? Yes. Volume up high, switch off, switch on. Looking at the wire connections on the switch, they quite likely would break because of the flexing here. No. Could still be problems up in here. How far is the power getting? That's a good question. Let's find out. Use this meter here. I like the pointer on it. I'm going to put the negative of the meter onto the negative of the power supply. Set this to 15 volts full scale. Let's look for it. And the meter's set backwards. So we're up around 8 volts here. We'll go a little higher. 9 volts. Okay, 9 volts to here. Yep. 9 volts on the other side of the switch. Ain't no 9 volts on the other side of the switch. Okay, watch the meter carefully and see if it... yeah, it's easier said than done here. There's a jump at any moment. Nothing. But 9 volts coming to it, nothing getting across it. Okay, now a shielded wire going up to the tone arm. The tone arm signal's coming right back here, right near the 9 volts switch. So this is like a little preamp here, is it? I don't see a transistor. Oh yeah, transistor. Right here. So a little preamp, and then the output, I guess, you know, they're going to try to put the preamp as close as possible to the cartridge. I mean, they put it right up with the cartridge if they could, but too much weight, not enough space. So right here where the wire comes out right into a preamp, then the stronger signal, which is less impervious to noise and interference, can be sent to the main amplifier. Kind of suggests that's a sensitive cartridge, though. A little hard to believe. Preamps, you wouldn't normally find a preamp with a ceramic cartridge. So a little odd. Okay, so we're getting no power. No power. No power. Power. No power. So I'm just going to jump this with a jumper. That's what you usually jump things with. And we'll see what happens. So we're going to take it. You know what? I don't need to jump it that way. I just need to take this and move it. Okay, everything's upside down. Let's turn the volume right down. This is probably going to work when I do this. Here we go. Okay, so I heard a hum. What was that hum about? Motor trying to turn? And I've got it blocked here. It doesn't feel like it's blocked. So we do hear a hum from here, but the power supply I'm using is not great, and it has a bit of a hum in it, unfortunately. Okay, so we know now it's the switch that's causing the problem. Let's turn this right side up. Don't need that anymore. Turn it right side up, and we want to connect this to this black wire here. To the black wire. Okay, flip it over. Where'd that black wire go? Good. Out here. This seems kind of weird. I'm hooking up a red wire to a black wire. Turn the power off. Okay. Put this up. Okay, we're giving you the best chance you've ever had. Switch is off. Switch won't matter. Volume low. Volume up a bit. Power on. Come on. Come on. Do the turning. Do the turning thing. What happened there? Switch is defective. I'm in between speeds. Actually, I'm past 78. I've turned it right past. That's the off position. It's weird, eh? How it looks like it's flashing. I wonder if that's on purpose. You can really tell it's turning. But it's just turning by momentum. Okay, let's go around again. 33. It's trying here. 45. Go on. Let's look at that switch. Okay, power off. The speed control, rather. Oh my gosh, look how it's done. How is it done? Turn the speed control, and this is what happens. So you're moving the height of this piece up and down. The spring here is pushing down on it, and this piece is ramping it up. And so this is at different heights. And then it'll be engaging with different parts of the. There'll be a stepped. Call it stepped shaft coming off the motor. So it's picking up its different speeds that way. So it's very typical of a record player. Nothing super special about that. Be some pressure here. Yeah, feels good. So what could be going on is the rubber drive wheel inside here. It's not rubbery anymore. It may have gone hard, and so it's skidding. So the motor can't drive the platter through this wheel that's down under there. You can barely see it, little bits of it here and there. I can get my finger in there. Feel it? I can't. I got my fingernail on it. Feels pretty rubbery to me. So is the motor not turning properly? Speed was weird. Weird speed usually means bad traction. And bad traction usually comes from that wheel. one thing we didn't try hearing any sound from it. I'm so preoccupied with the wheel. I'm just looking for a better place to connect this. Probably be, I don't know. Let's leave it where it is. Okay, this time, Mr. Record Player, we're going to see if we can hear anything coming from you. And how do I know it's a mister? I don't. Here we go. There's a hum. Definitely coming from there. Volume up. Full blast. Well, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign. The cartridge shot on this? We're done if it is. Okay, we gotta figure out if the cartridge is any good. The problems are stacking up. So we need to listen to the output of the cartridge here. You can get kind of a good look at it there. Definitely a needle there. This cartridge looks like it's riveted in. No. No, there's a locking screw down in here. Okay, how to hear that? We would take this, try to listen to it with my signal tracer. We'll give that a go first. Put this on the negative line. That's the hum in my signal tracer. It likes to hum. Okay, so we want to put the ground on the positive coming through here, and the negative is this blue wire over to here. Then there's a yellow wire to here, and a green, a white wire to here. I'm hesitant to clip it in here. It's just a little tight, but that's what I'm going to do. Try to clip this. Then I can just follow the black wire. It does seem weird. This is the positive. It does seem weird hooking this up there. I'm hesitant. That's my power supply. We don't need this hooked up. We don't need this connected. So with that, in fact, there's no concern here. So this would be the shielded side of the little cable coming back from the thing there. Now, set this to audio. Touch this to the signal wire here. Cartridge works. Coming out of this little circuit is a wire which goes to this terminal on the speaker, and an orange wire which comes over here, and then there's a wire with a resistor coming to here. One of these two is going to be the output from here. So I can turn the power on and look for the signal coming to either here or here. which one do you think it would be? The black and the orange are close together over here. I don't know. I gotta guess it's this one with the resistor. We'll see if we can hear it. We can't hear it now, can we? No, of course not. We have to apply the power. Put the negative on the negative. Positive on the, oh yeah, here we go. So, this is a good idea. Oh, my power supply is not switched on. Let me switch it on. I'm worried I'll be shorting the power supply. Yep. So the reason I know that, you saw what I did here. Watch the result on the meter now. So you're watching this meter. It's set to current. So I'm just going to tap this. See it shoot up? Yeah. So we can't use the signal tracer. Well, why isn't this all the same? Negative. Yeah, that was a bit of muttering there. I don't know. Whoops. Sorry about that. Think a little bit. I mean, you just need to put the power on and then listen to the cartridge. No, listen to the output. Problem is this ground connection appears to be in the wrong spot. I put the ground over here. That would be the right spot. Don't quite understand what's happening. Because I have the grounds in the same place now. I'm not worried about shorting out my power supply. And the power supply connection was here. Good. Here a little hump. So we're gonna try to do a couple things at once here. So I'm gonna clip this on. Hum comes out of the speaker, so we know the amp's on. And then scratch this, you hear nothing, and then we'll put this on the output here and hear it. Or try to hear it. Okay, power on. Volume up. Make sure it's up. Volume full. Nothing. Going here. Most of the volume control is on this board. Nothing here. Well, what about over here? Nothing. What about here? Nothing. What about right on the cartridge? I hear it. Okay, what about any of these wires and parts that are sticking up? Nothing. Nothing. 2 transistors here. 1 lead is exposed. Nothing. Resistor back here. That's pretty much coming right off this terminal that's working. So these are probably germanium transistors. They are probably bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stop and think a little bit about this. Okay, decision made after thinking about it for a while. I am not going to try to repair this guy. This is something that a hobbyist like myself, let's say, would purchase as a project to fix up. This is a great project because it looks like the cartridge works, the motor works. Looks like everything's working, but there's some minor problem in here. Probably bad transistor, and and it's not too tough to get in and replace that. But I'm not going to do it. Somebody else will do it. It'll be their project. Ultimately, this record player will never be used to play records because it's lousy at the best of times. It's just kind of a curio, right? Something cool to have. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and see if there isn't something else to look at. Okay, well, staying with the theme of transistorized stuff, here's something. What is it? So on the top it says RCA Victor, no batteries. What kind? What is it? It's got to be a radio. Just stabilize my tripod there. It's got to be the hinges, but there we go. Ooh. It's spring loaded. There are two metal straps going up. There must be an antenna hidden back up in here. Nothing more to it. Speaker. There's a place here for something to be written. There's nothing written in there. RCA Victor. Volume. Doesn't seem to be an on-off switch there. This is down. Tuning. Well, where do you put the batteries in? It's just the leather coming off. Oh, what's that? Oh, she's had some bad battery days in here. It's full of vacuum tubes. Ding. What is that? That's a capacitor. Okay, we got something here. I thought this was transistorized. This looks like this goes on a battery pack. Phone is dinging away back there. And then this looks like maybe the battery pack slides in here. There's a clip here that's just come off. It's just floating. That's my guess. My guess is you have a battery pack, you put batteries in it, you hook this up to the battery pack and you slide the pack in there. But this does look like it's meant for a battery. Oh, you know what? This is a tube set. So you got more than one battery. You've got probably a single cell, maybe a D cell in here to drive all these tubes. These are probably all 1-volt tubes. Oh boy. And then you need some high voltage. So this is probably going to a 45 volt or a 90 volt battery. It's got original capacitors all through it. This one's interesting. Definitely. Yeah, there's the 1-volt tubes, 1R5, 1T4. Some of these 1-volt tubes are very, very rare now. The output tube is very rare. I'm not sure which one it is. Well, there it says right there. 67.5B battery. They show it just sitting in the top here. Then underneath it you've got your, I guess it's called the A battery, which drives the heaters. And maybe it's a special battery too. You can see how on this side where the contact is right here, there's a bunch of material, whatever. And on this side, materials are missing. The rivets are there, but the material's gone, and this contact is just floating. To make this radio work, you'd have to apply 2 voltages to it from 2 different power supplies. And in these radios with these 1-volt batteries, you don't dare have the set operating and pull one of these out for fear of burning the rest of them out. So, well, this is interesting. Chances are these tubes are good. Chances are this didn't get a lot of use. And there's a good chance the battery damage is immaterial. Well, am I winning something all the time? What's that dinging? That's my phone dinging in my family, sending texts back and forth right now. Well, this one's worth working on. So you know what? I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to call it a day. And tomorrow I'll make a full effort at this guy. Let's see if we can get him going. Looks like fun. Looks like my kind of fun. Wait, there's some writing on here. 1706. What's that say there? Not coming through on the camera at all. Something NO. 1706. What would that be? A warning. Any person installing or operating this receiving set without having first obtained a license from the Transport of Canada. So this puts this one back in the during the war. Extract from the Radio Telegraph Act, 1938. In Canada here. During the war, they were quite worried about spies operating radios. So if you had a radio, you had to have a license. You had to tell the government, I'm a guy with a radio. So operating a radio without a license, you're doing it secretly. Listening to the number stations. Sending back secret information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tubes in here. Who would have believed it? Yeah, I think this guy's good for a full-blown run. That'll be my video tomorrow. And what is this called? Is there a name for this? Can I call it something? The RCA Victor Spy radio? Well, it's only an AM radio, so no spies are going to use this. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't say little pocket radio, or there's no name on it. Just RCA Victor. Well, you think they would name this? This component. Radio Condenser Company, Camden, New Jersey, Toronto, Canada. Okay, yeah, more for tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Sorry I didn't fix anything, but you know, I don't know what to expect when I look at these. I have to make decisions, and not everything is worth fixing, and not everything is fixable, and I can't fix everything. That's the way it is. So, but this one I'm going to take a run at this. So thanks a lot for watching the video. See you on the next one.